thanks for watching. I'm glad that you're here. You know, first of all, I want to say thanks to everybody who's already watched the first video that I did. I created it to give my friends and my family some information, hopefully, that they would find useful in dealing with the economic and social situation that we find ourselves in as we see our economy starting to slide and odd things starting to happen in our society. But you know what? So many people on YouTube have been so kind and so supportive. There are some arguments here and there, and that's healthy and that's good. But hey, thank you. Thanks for the kind things that you've said. I appreciate that, and you've encouraged me. And really, I'm going to keep this one short because I just want to make this to encourage you to keep doing the things that you're doing, to keep seeking some understanding and some intelligence as you try and cope with what we're facing here and try to figure out exactly where you want to go with it. Hey, real quick, let's just look at some of the things that are going on right now, even as we speak. Today is January the 8th. It is Thursday. Today is the day that President-elect Obama made a speech in which he said that essentially saying that we're going to spend and spend and spend until we get this country out of the recession that we know it's going into. Now, if you talk to some of the people that I think know something, people like Peter Schiff, he's not going to be he's not going to be very happy with what the president-elect had to say. Spending and spending and spending during a recession or heading into a depression doesn't make things better, in his opinion. It just makes things worse. So you can see that we're going to be in for a pretty bumpy ride. Okay, that's one of the things that happened. The other thing that happened today, for example, Macy's department stores announced that they're going to close stores in 9 states. They say that they're going to lose millions of dollars, and it's going to cost hundreds of jobs. Now, Macy's, you know Macy's. That's one of the big stores. I mean, if you're in certain parts of the country, you've known Macy's for years. A high-end, one of the more classy department stores. Well, they're closing their doors. Okay, that means hundreds or possibly thousands of more people getting laid off. We're seeing layoff after layoff. In my state, where I live, for example, the governor just recently declared proration. And what that means is that he has officially declared that the budget that the state has is not going to be enough and that people are going to lose their jobs. The state lawmakers have said that potentially 10,000 teachers at the end of the year may lose their jobs. Okay, that's not counting support people and others. So as we look at this, we can see that the economy's not getting better. You already know that. It's on its way to getting worse. I will add this. Since the last time I made a video and we talked about some of the things, other family members of mine have lost their jobs. And at least one family member I'm very close to has had people in his office. Now, he works for a big communications firm. 43,000 of, I'm sorry, 43, it's more than I wanted it to be. 43 people in his group just lost their jobs. They just got handed pink slips. So the situation continues to get worse. For you, my family and friends especially, if you've lost your job recently, our hearts and prayers go out to you, and we are hoping that you'll get through this. We know it'll be difficult, but there are some ways to get through it. The real purpose of this chat I just want to have, though, is to encourage everybody to keep doing what you're doing. Last time we talked about getting supplies together. We talked about getting food together. We talked about even getting gold or silver to back yourself up if the dollar crashes, which we think it's going to do. That's the kind of thing you want to do. But probably the most important thing that you can do to get through this is to take care of your mind and take care of your heart. In other words, if you can, in your mind and in your heart, bring yourself to face the fact that this is going to get pretty ugly. If you can do that, then you're already halfway to victory. You know what it's like. You and I know what this is like. If you're like me, you're probably one of the oddballs in your workplace, or one of the oddballs in your family, or one of the oddballs among your friends who's constantly talking about the fact that we need to heads up on this because it's going to get nasty. Now, when you tell people that, most people, they kind of move away from you. This is not something they really want to deal with. So if you're talking about those things or trying to share them, you're kind of the weirdo. Well, listen, keep being the weirdo, okay? Keep being the oddball, because what you've already started doing is getting your mind and getting your heart ready to deal with the uglies that are going to come. You're going to last a lot longer. You're going to fare a lot better than those people who are going to be caught unawares. A lot of people, when they finally, you know what, in just a few months, when people really realize what's getting ready to go down, they're going to freak. And they're going to stay freaked for a long time, and they're not going to know what to do. You, my friends, you, my family, are already going to know what to do, or at least you're going to have some idea. And that brings me to the unknown. Now, I'll be honest with you, I don't really fully know exactly what's going to happen. I don't. I've never lived through anything like this before. I don't know what shape it's going to take. I don't know if I'm going to be able to use the silver that I've put aside, or if I'll be able to use some of it and not all of it. A friend of mine, Dennis, said, hey, what's going to be more valuable than silver and gold? Food. And of course, he's right about that. You know, so we don't really know how all of these things are going to play out. That's the unknown. You know, Don Rumsfeld said a few years ago, we have the things that we know, the things that we don't know, and the things we don't know we don't know. It sounded kind of stupid at the time, but it sounds perfect right now. There's a lot of stuff we just don't know. But if we make some preparations, and if we at least prepare ourselves mentally and emotionally, we're going to be a lot better off. So let me encourage you to just keep doing that. Okay, I should have mentioned last time we talked, Dr. Lee Warren, a researcher and a finance guy out of Chicago, Illinois. Brilliant guy. If you see him on YouTube, or use his name as a search, Dr. Lee Warren, and just look and see what he has to say about some of these things. He's there. I told you about Max Kaiser already. A lot of you are already familiar with Peter Schiff. And there are a number of others. People who think straight, people who have been studying the situation for a long time. Keep studying them. I was trying to watch CNN just a little while ago. You get half stories, partial stories. The mainstream media hasn't gotten along to really analyzing this thing yet. And by the time they do, my friends, it's going to be too late. So you're already digging, you're already searching. Keep doing that. Be encouraged. Stay at it, because this is going to keep you and me ahead for whatever it is that might come. Thanks for taking time with me, and the next time we talk, I hope to talk with you a little bit more about that silver and gold. I'm not going to pretend that's a panacea. It's not, but it's better than greenbacks. So we'll talk about it and how to go about getting some. I think you're going to find it's a lot easier than you might have thought. Thanks for taking time with me, and I'll see you again soon.